Hello and welcome to a brand new episode brought to you on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. If you want to see more shows, check out foureyedradio.com, Sorry about that.
Hey there, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios, and this Four-Eyed Radio presentation is being proudly brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to another week of Appropriately Inappropriate. This is episode 100. We hit the century mark. We did it, we made it, and we honestly, Nancy and I could not thank you guys enough for listening and supporting the show. We love doing this, and we love putting out good and fun content for you guys so you can listen to it. Hopefully it takes up some part of your day where you just want to be entertained and you want to laugh, and that's why we do this. We try and put out really good content for you, and we've done that for 100 episodes. First of all, my name is Kevin Elliott. I'm one of your two co-hosts. You can follow me on everything that is social media, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, at I am Kevin Elliott. You can follow Nancy on Instagram. She's the other co-host, at N Garrigus. Let's see. Today on the show, we have two comedians that, young guys, I personally love hanging out with them because they're just fun, happy guys. We're always laughing and joking around, so I expect this episode to be much of the same. We have Charles Engle and Joe Salinas. They've been on the show before, each individually, interviewed both of them, and now today we've got them on together. So we're looking to have a good time, tell some fun stories, and then break down one of their bits each and dissect it and see kind of how they come up with things comedically. We hope you enjoy it. Again, thank you so much for listening. 100 episodes, man. We plan on doing 100 plus more. So thank you for listening. Thank you. Can't thank you enough. Thank you. Enjoy this episode and start your week off right by listening to the show. We appreciate it, guys. Have a good week.
Young Money, Trigger Trey. Let's get it.
No, I ain't tryna flex. No ceilings, you can see who's in it. Oh, if we're talking about sex.
Nothing. Organic.
So now he's eating nothing. He can't eat anything.
I just eat. Well, when I can afford groceries, I just buy vegetables and eggs, and I just put them in a pan and then eat them.
That's all anybody should.
Do you want me to get further away from it so no one can hear me?
Maybe if you did more free advertising for people, you could afford more groceries.
For real. I just buy a bunch of stuff that's vegetable-y. It sucks.
Yeah, that's okay.
You guys moved cubicles since I've been here?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, well, in my memory, you guys must have been
Move
not
closer.
that fun.
You're so far from the mic.
I have a different opinion of Donald Trump now.
Why?
What is it?
Well, I don't know. Doesn't he hate Mexicans or something?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, he did say they're all rapists.
All of
Yeah,
them?
they all dropped out.
Or the illegal
Are you
ones.
Mexican?
I am.
So how many of you are rapists?
Is he Mexican? Look at this fucking kid.
I don't want to assume.
Or
Put
Indian.
you in
Or
trouble
some.
now.
Oh,
or
that's
Middle
true.
Eastern.
Some kind of brown, right?
Yeah. You're not American, right?
American.
If you laid out, first of all, introduce yourselves.
You first, Joe.
Okay. I'm Joe Salinas. Am I supposed to plug stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on Facebook. And July 14th, I'm at Bridget's Last Laugh. And July 15th, I'm at Stand Up Live for the New Faces show.
Hell yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. I think last time I was here, I was about to do a New Faces show. So there you go.
So
every time I sign up for one, just have me on.
New face.
I'll crowbar myself into the show.
Same
somehow.
face, new place?
Yeah, because the last time was at the Improv. So.
And this was Stand Up Live. All right.
Oh, I am Charles Engle. I am on Facebook with that name. And I think August 4th, I will be at a gay club called The Rock. I think formerly it was called The Cock, if they had to change it. But that's,
What a funny comment.
yeah, right.
What a funny
Fucking come on my
comment.
podcast. He's always going. Oh
How
my
does he
God.
do it?
Swimming upstream all day, never tired. But that's all I got going. And yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's
Show's
about all the
over,
time
right?
we
Okay.
have.
See you later. Thanks for having us.
Coming out.
Oh, great time.
What's up, guys? What have you been up to since the last time you were here?
I've just still on the comedy grind, man. That's it. And trying to wrestle and getting injured.
Were the last time you were here, you weren't wrestling?
Yeah, I was
you
about to
had one match, right? You did have one in Tucson or something. You were like, well, I'm coming back.
Yeah, and I've been doing that for a while, but I keep getting hurt.
Do you have a wrestling name?
You don't say.
Huh?
Do you have a wrestling name?
I do.
What is it?
It's super embarrassing, too.
What is it?
I want to hear it.
Joey Law. And actually, the reason
I don't
behind
think
it is
that's
where...
bad.
No, because my middle name is Lawrence, but I don't want to go out...
Joey Lawrence?
Joey Lawrence. I didn't want to do that.
That's kind of bad.
Because I'd just be
That's
like,
awesome.
whoa, all the time. Like, that would be it.
Back off a
That'd
little
be
bit.
what?
Back off a little bit from the
Okay.
mic.
Scream louder?
No. No, yeah.
Yell
If you
even-
back off,
Back up
but
and
then
yell really loud.
Mr. Technical.
I'm just trying. I gotta try and make sure the level's right.
No, but that was, that's how I came about my wrestling name.
Joey Law.
Joey Law.
And how
All
are
right.
you doing with it?
Yeah, what's Joey Law's record?
Probably like and a lot. These companies don't believe in me, man. They don't want to let me win.
Not yet.
No, I just I've had like good nights and bad nights. It's like comedy. Like you go out and have like a really good match, and then the next night it's like the worst. Like it doesn't even resemble pro wrestling at all. And I don't know. It's just
What do you mean though? Because isn't it all? Spoiler alert!
yeah. Spoiler
Isn't it
alert.
all planned out?
It is. Yeah.
How do you do bad? Like going into it. You read your script.
Yeah, well, the thing, you plan a bunch of stuff out, and then sometimes just shit goes just wrong. Like, it takes a left turn, and you just go driving toward the wall, and you crash into it. And
No one's ever streaked a wrestling match, have they?
Huh?
No one's ever streaked a wrestling match.
No. I mean...
Look, I'm
do you want to?
considering my options
Are you
right
interested?
now.
The
Okay.
next one.
I'm thinking, look, there's been football fields, baseball fields. No one's done a basketball game, I don't think.
No. It's unfortunate.
I think someone's done golf, which is classy.
Someone's on golf? Yeah.
Think
you
so.
You could do the octagon.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Jump the
Yeah.
octagon.
Call it the
And then
Coctagon.
get
Am I right?
destroyed.
That'd be so
Coctagon.
unfair.
There he goes
Wow.
again. There he goes again.
Wow. Shoot. I'm sorry. I feel like I should go hide in another room until it's my turn to talk.
No, hey, look, you're selling your comedy to
Oh,
the
yeah.
listeners,
Yeah.
and they're
Everybody.
buying it right now, dude.
Yep.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
They are listening to it, for sure. They're hearing it.
Where was that gay club so we don't go?
The Rock, it's called?
The Rock. It's really...
Where's this at? What city?
A lot of Dwayne Johnson posters
Yeah.
all over the...
Such a fan.
A lot of lookalikes, impersonators are there. I think it's in Phoenix, and I'm sure it's going to be a... I have no idea.
It'll be
That's
fun,
gonna
I
be
bet.
a rock
Yeah,
fest.
yeah,
Not a cock fest.
Yeah, they love me.
I bet it will be a lot of
They do
fun.
love you.
Yeah, they...
Because who's happier than gay people right now? Answer is no one. They're the happiest people on earth.
How many really, really happily married people do you know? I mean, truly happy.
Truly
That's
happy
a
people?
few. This is really going to knock the wind right out of their sails. They don't see it coming. Oh, I want to get married. Oh, this sucks.
The hack joke now is I can't wait for the gay divorce
Why?
because it's going to be fun to watch them flip out. It's the hacky joke that's going around comedy clubs right now. But truth be told, once all that shit starts to happen, it will be interesting
Yeah,
to
that'll be
see.
pretty funny.
It's definitely going to take the party out of it.
Yeah,
Sure.
a lot
Like,
of Pomeranians
now
are going to have to decide where they want to go.
settle
Wow.
down and get married. Kind of takes.
Oh, yeah.
Wait,
man.
so if there's no prenup and a gay divorce, who gets the... is it the bottom automatically? The bottom gets the
I think
money?
the person who makes less money, right?
Oh.
Oh.
I have no
I think it
idea.
has all to do with finances and nothing to do with rocks.
Oh, all right, well,
Cocks.
that's
Well, I'm
Whose
just
dick is
saying.
big?
tops and bottoms. It's
Yeah, but, I mean, women can get married too. It's not just about the gay guys. Open your mind a little bit, fellas.
I was just thinking about the dudes.
Of course you are, Joe. Hey! Oh, my God, there's the clowns. So this wrestling thing.
Yeah, let's get back to the. We're on the gay stuff,
Yeah,
so
what
let's
do you
just stick
wear?
with
You
it.
have, like, what's your favorite outfit that you wear?
I have one pair of spandex, and that's it.
And you wear
I'm
just
too
those.
cheap to buy another
Wait
pair.
a minute. What color are they?
They're black, and they have like navy blue on it.
on the sides.
Yeah.
Like a racing stripe on the sides.
They were long spandex that went all the way down to his ankles, but he keeps getting a little bigger since he was a kid.
Any
so
accessory?
cutting them down. Now they're shorts.
Like the whole. Any kind of accessory?
2 more years,
like
it's gonna
maybe
be a
some
thong.
Fingerless gloves or.
No, just
That's a Chris Rock
wrist
joke.
tape. And that's
Wrist
it.
tape.
Yeah,
That's
That's
it?
my fancy thing. I'm so
Okay.
generic and boring.
Gotta get
but
into
with
the
pajamas.
costume.
I guess so.
Like get like a bandana. You have great hair, so maybe bandana the top of it and let those curls come through.
Okay,
I mean something.
damn.
All right,
You've got to set yourself
That'd be
apart.
cool.
Just spandex. Anyone could do. I could do that.
I know.
Do you have a catchphrase?
No, I don't. No one gives me a microphone. I'm like, can you let me talk for like, let me shit on the crowd for like 5 minutes or
should go-
something. Just do crowd work.
Well, I think if you had
How
a
They
better
awesome.
won't do.
costume-
They won't hand me a microphone.
You'd be better than everybody
Yeah,
else out
You should
there.
just plug some jokes at the same time. Be like, I fucked that guy up and I love feet and Italian.
If you
Oh,
like this
God.
wrestling match, you should come by Stingrays.
Yeah.
I'll be there on Tuesday, July 31st.
Right.
I am thinking about just calling it quits though. I've had like 3 concussions in the last 3 months, so it has like affected my comedy a little bit too because like I'll go up, look at my set list right before I go up, and just stare at it and be like, I got this down, and then. Like when I get off stage early, I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I missed a whole bit that I just didn't do. My memory is shot now. Like I can't
Getting
remember
hit in the head.
Yeah. Yep. So
Okay.
Have you been hit with with a chair and table and all that stuff?
no, but a few months ago
Someone hit me with a baby.
No,
What? This is weird.
someone
This
hit me in the
went
back
weird.
of the head with gay marriage. It was weird. No, I slammed the back of my head on the ground and just
Is it
cut
bouncy?
No, it was cement. Just
Oh.
yeah.
Why do you
Someone
whistle?
someone was supposed to catch me, and I told them, "Hey, you
What
should."
is this, a trust fall at work?
It is. Basically, yeah. I was like, dude, you should stay close to the ring. And then I went over the top rope, and no one caught me. I slammed the
Wow.
back of my head, just blood squirting everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the worst part about it, I had to spend a whole night in Tucson in the emergency room. It was.
Did he
That
say
is awful.
anything? Was the guy like, hey, man, sorry, got you next time? Or
No,
like,
he
what?
he panicked, and he was really worried. And I was like, go away, please, for a minute, because I'm.
Furious?
Yeah, I was. I
Yeah.
really was. I was like, dude, I told you to stick close, just be there for me,
Oh
just
my
make
God.
like, hey, make sure I don't crack the back of my head open, and then
Was that
I
like
cracked the back of my
break
head
a
open.
leg? Like, hey, just be here so I don't crack the back of my head open, and that's exactly what you did. Did you get stitches?
Yeah, no staples.
Staples. Those
Oh
work good
my
with a head injury. They
God.
usually do use staples,
Yeah.
especially because it's in your hair and you can't.
But
see
doesn't it feel like if they're doing staples,
Staples don't
doesn't it
hurt.
feel like I could just have a buddy do this?
That's
Yeah.
what they told me. And
Thanks
I don't
for
know if
coming
that's
to the
backwards
ER.
thinking in Tucson, but it's
Well, it's a
they-
different type of staple. It's a little thicker.
Yeah, but they did say like, oh,
So
you
use
can
a
get a friend to take it out if you want. And I was like,
Oh.
what?
I've had staples. It was like no.
You
big deal.
have?
Yeah.
How
It was
do
like
they take
no
them
big-
out? With
Pull 'em
a
out.
staple
I think
remover?
The back of the back of the stapler that has
Like
that
a
little
staple
thing,
remover?
or like the back of a hammer. They
For
just-
real?
No,
Yeah.
not the back of a hammer.
Like a nail.
No,
Looks like we
but-
got to staple it back
No,
up.
it sucks though with long hair, right?
Really
Getting it
messes
taken
with
out.
Yeah.
It's because the
The
blood.
cakes in your
Yeah,
hair.
it cakes
Oh.
in there, and they have to like pull the hair apart and
Yeah.
try and find the staple.
Which is the most painful part
Yeah.
of it all.
Oh my gosh.
Thing is, I also forgot that I got a tetanus shot like 3 years ago, and they asked me like, "Have you had a tetanus shot lately?" And I was like, "I can't. I'm concussed. I don't remember." And they were like, "Well, we're just gonna give you another one." So they gave me another tetanus shot, even though I had one like 3 years ago.
What
How long
happened?
are they good for? 10 years?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. 10 years. So, hey, I doubled up on tetanus
Did
shots.
you
So
just transform into?
I'm gonna just
Play
step on
the
nothing
game.
but rusty nails
Yeah,
for
you
such a
gotta
long time.
Have a guy throw a screw into your bot, like
Yeah.
stab you with it.
Yeah, dude, you totally could. And I'm solid.
Charles looks like Franco's brother. I just saw a movie called
Dave
something.
Franco.
With
Unfinished
Vince Vaughn.
Business. It was horrible.
It was terrible. But he reminds me of the character in there.
A little bit.
What was
Yeah.
his
I
guy's
got
name?
Italian
Pancakes.
cheeks. Is
Something
what it is.
pancakes.
It's just,
Oh,
I
are
got
you
big,
Italian?
Big Italian cheeks.
I've never heard that before.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, Italians have big cheeks.
Yeah.
They do?
I don't know. He said it. I don't know.
You guys aren't Italian. I can attest.
Yeah.
Italians
of
have
plenty.
big cheeks.
There's one thing they're giving out: it's small dicks and big cheeks.
Oh, is that an Italian thing? There's dick jokes that go along with Italian? I didn't know.
This
Oh,
he
yeah.
just applies dick jokes to like everything.
Yeah,
Just-
everything's
I
pretty
know.
much a dick joke to me.
I don't
Wait till
know
you hear my
if
bit
it
we're
was an
gonna take
Italian
part. I wish it was different. It's not.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dudes, well, one thing we talked about is, like I always say on the show and in life when we're just hanging out, I love stories. Like, it's my favorite thing. Somebody has a good story, I'm like, I would rather listen to somebody's good story than watch a really good movie. That, to me, is so much better. So I asked you guys to come with some stories, one at the least. Last night I was hanging out with Joe, and he was like, dude, I got like 3. What do I choose from? I was like, fucking do them all, dude. We got 9 hours. But we don't, so maybe do like 1 or 2.
Oh, wait, can we acknowledge that it's episode 100?
Yeah, I did it.
Do you have the air horn sound or something?
We have an
Like,
easy button.
I did. I talked
That
about
would
in the
be
intro.
so funny.
That's what I get for being late. I missed the intro of my own show.
Damn.
Well, here, no, you know what? You're right. Say what you want. I mean, I thanked everybody. But
You can cut it and put it in the
Oh,
beginning.
no, we can't.
well,
We don't edit it out. We're too
besides everyone, I'd like to thank my fans, my co-host, you guys for coming on again.
Yeah.
I mean, must be having fun if you came back. I love doing this show. I hope we just do it forever.
Forever?
Well, no. But
Thank
a
God.
no,
while.
this is the
Like
last
200.
episode, right? We're done after this.
No.
Now found out the
No,
news.
dude, I'm
Oh, thank
thrilled.
God.
I'm
Canceled
thrilled.
by
Forever,
Medical
yes, for
Offices
as long
Incorporated.
as-
I'm thrilled, and I
It's
do
fun.
hope the show keeps going for 100 plus more, man. So it's a milestone, I guess, but
Yeah.
it's also kind of like what I mean. It's just another episode. We're not doing anything special.
You're not going to have Chris Centenni come in?
Why would
Why?
you say that?
Because it could be the Chris Centennial
Oh my
episode.
God.
That's-
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to leave?
That is Joe's comedy, dude. That is.
Wow.
God
That
damn
was
it!
awesome.
We should have done that. Fuck.
That was so fun. And you have sparklers and like the New
Would he have
Year's
done
outfit.
it? He's still monotone. I think he's so funny, but his tone is so.
That would make it better if he's
It's
just not
crazy for
excited.
how funny he is. He's
my
like
writing part.
He has
Are you
one volume, and it's like quiet. And I love him.
I was gonna say, I don't think you write your shit. It's really
So stories, guys.
all right.
Wait, let me start. I'll tell my quick story.
Okay.
Is this a
Because-
child mischief story?
No,
Yeah,
this
is
was
okay.
this
Child
last
mischief,
weekend.
right? Mischief.
Well, you guys are mischief, so
Okay.
I went camping this week for 4th of July weekend. Why are you laughing?
I'm
Camping.
just ready because it's gonna be funny. I'm ready.
I don't
to let
know.
it go.
No,
It's
dude,
funny.
camping's the worst thing in the world.
I tell it because I know Kevin hates camping, so I always want to tell him about my camping story. So we went camping.
3 things. The 3 things that are the worst in the world: being sick, moving, and camping.
Yeah.
Can you argue that?
I
Can anybody
agree.
argue that?
Yeah, I agree.
being
People
sick
that
does
love
suck.
camping, I guess, would argue it, but those people are crazy.
All right. So anyway, my husband's dying to go camping because it's summertime, and it was 4th of July weekend, and I'm like, I'm pregnant, so I'm like, I'm not. Fuck you and fuck camping. Go to the bathroom like 9 times a night. There's no way I'm going camping.
Go on.
So he's like, his grandparents.
Finally living my life.
So his grandparents have not a camp, like an RV, not like a sporty one, like an old 19.
Like a Winnebago?
Yes, like the biggest one you can
Wow,
find.
cool.
They were the coolest parents back then, or something.
Yeah.
Right, but they're in their 80s, so I wouldn't know. So this camper.
So even way back then, they were
way-
cool as shit.
Way
Wow.
back.
Like, wow, your car is huge.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
thing has
we
like
don't
a
drive it around
king-size
town,
bed. It has a full living room that like
Wow.
gets wide, and it has like lazy boy chairs in it. Like this thing is built for old people. It's
That's not camping, though,
fantastic.
right?
No,
that's just
that was my whole
relocating.
point. Exactly. We brought both the dogs, the kids. Everyone rode in the camper, but me because it didn't have AC. I'm like, well, I can't do
What?
that. So I drove
Well, you're
behind.
pregnant, dude. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't.
I can't risk that. Getting hot. I can't.
It
risk
didn't
getting
have
hot.
air conditioning the whole way, like driving
Well, we
it?
didn't think. We thought it did, and I drove the truck just because I wanted to. We brought our old big dog, and we didn't know how she'd do, so I drove just her in the truck behind the camper. It's 4th of July, traffic. It's like a wall of traffic. Well, it was moving. It was slow, but it was moving. Well, not when we got on the road. Once we get like the I-17, like the big road out of town, it goes uphill. The camper would only drive 25 miles per hour.
Oh,
People were honking and flipping out. We had a semi pass us on the right-hand side. And he's like cursing at us and like honking. Nobody was like, not one person in the 4th of July camping traffic is like, hey, they're in a camper. They're obviously going 25 miles per hour because the thing was overheating and the AC wouldn't work. So it took us 4.5 hours to go an hour and a half.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I felt
That
bad,
sucks.
but I'm not that's how I can camp right now. I don't know what else to say.
Wait, so you didn't just like blow them off and just go to the campsite yourself?
No, because I
Drive around them. Fuck you.
I was like kind of worried.
You and the
them.
semi are just like, fuck you, get out of the road.
So I'm driving behind the camper in the truck with my hazard lights on, and people were just so angry because
But you got hazard lights on. You can't get mad anymore.
right, but they were.
Was
How many
was
lanes
it like
is
a
it?
one
Two?
lane?
Two.
Two, okay.
Hold on. Okay, so cars are passing you in the right lane? Yeah, that's why they're mad. Get out of the left lane.
No, we were in the right lane. They on like the shoulder.
Fuck you,
That
no
semi
way.
Passed us on
a
the
big
shoulder.
Wow.
No,
Dwight
it
Howard
wasn't
shoulder
a
road.
big shoulder. That's what was so
That's
scary.
a great call, dude. I like that.
So
Dwight Howard,
my
huge
poor husband's
shoulders.
thinking this thing's going to overheat. The engine's going to blow. He has no AC. And it took us 4.5 hours to drive an hour and a half.
God, that sucks.
Felt so bad.
Was camping as shitty as ever anyway?
Yeah.
Well, it was better because we brought a house. So that was nice.
Once you're there, it's awesome.
Yeah, like it rained on and off. It was nice. So, I mean,
Any fireworks?
we didn't go
Yeah,
see them because
s'mores.
fireworks were in
Anyone
town.
blow
We
their
did
hand off or anything?
No injuries. We did do s'mores.
Nice. I love s'mores.
I do too. But
You could do that shit at home.
I can. I have a fireplace at home.
Again.
And that's what I kept saying.
And it doesn't take you 4.5 hours to get
No,
there
so
either.
after 8 hours of driving, he's like, we should have just stayed home. I'm
So
like,
on the
well,
way home, you go down the hill, you just coast,
coasting.
threw it in neutral, and just rolled down the hill.
Pouring rain, and like I said, this thing
Oh,
hasn't
that's so
been driven
scary.
since like 1995, so the windshield wipers don't work. So it was just metal on glass, so he couldn't use the windshield.
Who was the guy who was like, we haven't driven it in 12 years. Let's take her out. And just like not.
And that's what I'm saying.
It starts.
I mean,
She's
for
good.
the money we put in gas in this house, we could have just rented a house.
Yeah,
like
wow,
the thing
that
was like
sucks.
$400 in gas.
Oh my God, man.
It was fun though. It
Do
was
you
definitely an
camp?
adventure.
Do you guys camp?
Never.
I
Nope.
camped
Never?
once. Camped once.
And
How was
once.
it?
Well, I went to Wyoming once, and it was a ranch, so I was still in a cabin. But the first time I camped, I was a little kid, and someone brought a really dull hatchet, and I just went
Played
with
with
kids
it?
I've met for the first time, and they were little crybabies. So I spent the whole time chopping away a tree with a hatchet that didn't do anything. So it sucked.
Did you try
That's a
murdering
picture
them
of
and
it?
you were like, what a
The
shitty
RV
hatchet?
Yeah,
Girl
it
hated
pretty
on
much
it.
did as much damage
wow.
as a doctor's reflex thing. It got real bad.
Dude, this is stupid. We went, I went as a kid. Like, I would go occasionally. We had a cabin in Flagstaff, but then, like, my dad and my uncle would be like, let's take the kids and we'll go out actual camping. And it was stupid.
You had a cabin.
We had a tent, and the tent was sick. Dude, it wasn't even. I felt so bad for the people that legitimately were camping, and then there's us with like a 4-bedroom tent. Everyone's got air mattresses and
the
shit.
Lego
Before
outlet.
I think before it was
They
even
brought with
invented, it
them.
was horrible. But there was a general store that was kind of close, and so me and my 2 cousins went in there to get like food or whatever. I don't even remember. But there was a rodeo going on close by too, and they were messing with us. Like the people that were working there, like, "Oh, what are you here for?" Blah. And my older cousin, both my cousins hate each other. Like they're brothers, but they just don't. I think now they like each other, but back then they hated each other. It was hilarious. So my older cousin was like, "Oh yeah, we're here for the rodeo. My younger brother's in it." And they were like, "Oh, cool. What does he do?" And he's standing right there. He's like, "He does barrel racing." And my younger cousin had no idea. He was like, "Yeah, I'm really good." So barrel racing, if nobody knows, is a women's sport. It's not for dudes at all.
What is it?
Like you ride the horse around barrels.
Jumps over things and stuff.
No, not even that. It's just you literally ride around barrels and then try to get to the finish line. I don't know. Either way, we were planning on being there for like, I think 3 or 4 days. After night 1, my dad and I were like, fuck this, we're out. You guys are on your own. Even the nice accommodations, we're like, we're going back to the cabin. This place sucks.
Okay.
And I hate camping ever since.
Smart. That is smart. I mean, I guess it's fun. It's fun to get out of town and be away from traffic and noise. That's fun.
Yeah.
But one of my dogs was so bad. We had to tie him to a tree the whole time because he kept running away and like attacking other dogs.
Oh,
Just
man.
guess which one it was. So that kind of sucked because the whole point, like we always think, oh, let's go camping, get these poor dogs out. And the one that we wanted to get out was like naughty. So we had to like keep him in the house.
Naughty, like a parent.
Like a
You're
dog.
grounded.
No, did you take your kids with you?
We brought the kids. They were so funny. They wanted to be tree people, so they put dirt all over themselves and messed their hair up, so they looked like they lived in trees.
Yeah.
And they thought when people come, we'll jump out the trees and scare them.
Are they like addicted to technology at all?
No.
No? Well, that's good.
They love playing in the dirt. They're
Nice.
crazy. But I made them take showers because we brought a house, so that was nice.
Yeah.
Because
No,
I don't
'cause
like dirt.
my niece and nephew went camping recently, but they stay at my house over the summer, while they're on break.
Yeah.
And they're these kids that just they'll have a TV on,
No, they
but
don't.
we'll have the phone, and they're just staring at the phone all day.
They have stuff, but they like to have fun. They brought their bikes. They always ride bikes around. They're outside kids.
Yeah. Well, I just figured my niece and nephew would be miserable out camping because
It's camping.
there's no technology. There's not do you
It's
get
good
a
for-
phone reception out there?
This time we did have one, but they didn't use them.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Raising your kids right. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, trying.
Because
I see my niece and nephew getting dumber and dumber every time I see them.
Yeah.
So it's
But then again, they're getting smarter and smarter.
no, they're not.
Oh, well,
Yes, they are,
One
man.
of my kids does love to watch pranks on YouTube. She thinks learning how to prank people is
She's
fun.
the
Who
coolest.
doesn't like doing that?
So she
That's-
got fireworks and shit, and she got these snap caps you throw on the ground and
Yeah.
they
Oh,
pop.
yeah.
So she tapes them under my scale. So I got on the scale and they all popped. She's like, haha, you're fat, you broke the scale.
That's
She
awesome.
taped them
That's
under
a
the
great
toilet
prank.
seat, so when you sit on the toilet, they snap. Well,
That's
she
scary.
put
It scared the shit out of you. Am
You
I
would hope so.
Wow.
Go see Charles Engle.
And then she put them one more place. Oh, she put them under the legs of a chair. So we sit down, it popped.
Dude, that's great. What a
She's good.
fun prank.
Yeah.
She is. She's a fun kid. And right now she's putting Vaseline on every door handle. And I'm so
What a
tired
not
of it.
fun
I'm
Not
prank.
cool at all.
That's
That's,
a-
that's a
fun.
big
That
dick
one,
move.
we're way over that one. We're just like, okay, enough with the Vaseline.
Do you let her do things? Because it sounds like you let her go for a while. My
Oh, yeah.
my mom would have
Yeah, I'm not.
Shut it
locked
down.
me in the garage. Yeah.
No. I think it's funny. I don't know.
No,
She
it's
did
cool that you
then.
do. Because growing up, that would have been nice. to
But
have some
now
freedom.
my 10-year-old daughter, she's the funniest kid. She's now likes boys, like overnight. Like one of her girlfriends has a brother. that-
Hold on, your older daughter?
Yeah,
Because we were
Kevin thinks
sure
he's
she's a
gay.
lesbian.
She's not. She likes
we were
boys.
sure, that's what I think about parents. Is I wonder because as soon as my kid does something, I'm like, you're gay. I'm gonna
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm
He's
gonna
always
always
thought
be
that.
judging my kids.
I've
She
tried
is
this
into
once
boys,
at a
and I'm
mic
so pissed.
where my son did this weird dance move in the back seat and it was super feminine, and I'm cool with it. I just want to know how to parent my child if he's a certain way. It didn't go over well, so I haven't done the bit since.
Yeah.
Just because I don't.
Well, now he
It's
can
stepping on
get
too many
married.
toes too, where it's teetering a line. I don't want to teeter, but
Too many twinkle toes.
But first of all, I don't think he's gay. If he is, fine. He is. It's cool. Whatever he wants to do. But you truly do need to parent a little differently, I think, if they are.
Accordingly, not
Right.
differently, right?
Correct. Thank you.
You're welcome.
By the way, my son scored 14 points last night in his game. They won, but whatever.
That ain't gay.
Nah, dude,
No.
he was
Well-
drilling from deep.
Playing tetherball.
They
Put him
don't
on
count
Periscope?
threes. They don't count threes. No. Oh, shit. This happened, though. Periscope. Fuck that goddamn app.
Oh yeah, you told us about that.
Tell me.
My son plays basketball at the Boys and Girls Club. That's where his league is. And his games are always the first ones. So they have camp going on right up until they can warm up and all that stuff. And we get there early. My son's super amped to go. So we get there a half hour early before. And they were playing extreme dodgeball, which was funny to watch. All these kids are just throwing balls at each other all over the court. I mean, there was no rule to any of it. If you get hit, you have to sit down on the ground until the ball rolls to you. And then if you get it, you can get back up and fucking pound people in the face.
Maybe you should work that into your act, Joe.
I will.
In your wrestling act.
Or my comedy act.
So,
Get a heckler, just throw a dodgeball at him.
Either one.
I always have a ball with you on stage.
What'd you say?
Or a wrench.
Ping
I'm
off
sorry, I'm in the
face.
middle of a bit right now. Do you have something to say?
But if he catches it, you're out, and you have to sit down and he's up.
Oh, that is
You
awesome.
don't want to take that risk.
I love it. That is great. So my son and I are watching, and then I'm like, this would be funny for other people to watch because we're laughing our ass off. So I Periscope it. I'm like, Extreme Dodgeball was what I titled or whatever. So people get on and they're watching whatever, and it's 10 minutes of just holy shit, these kids are killing each other in the face. It's hilarious. People are commenting, laughing, holy shit, this is insane.
It's going well.
And then Counselor comes up and he's like, yeah, are you recording this? Oh. I was like, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a live broadcast. It's not, you can't replay it, which you can for 12 hours, but then it's
Right.
gone. So now if you go to watch it, it's gone. And he was like, "Yeah, you like really can't do that
One of
here."
these kids is in witness protection, and you just blew his
But then I
cover.
thought, I'm like, "Yeah, this is a really bad look."
Yeah.
Like I'm a 34-year-old guy recording little kids running around
When I go to my kids'
with a
school and
kid
take
that's right
pictures,
next to me watching that they don't know is my son. They don't know that.
Yeah.
They can assume, but they don't know.
I
It's like,
always
oh,
make
he
sure no
already.
other kids are in my kids' pictures.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
You probably look like you were recruiting.
Dude, I once he said it and it came in my head. I'm like, yeah, dude, you need to get rid of this shit fucking immediately.
Child
This
porn.
is such a bad look with Jared Fogle going on. I got to get out of this business.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard he's like into kids. That's so weird.
Yeah, he's being investigated.
5-year-old footlongs.
Oh man,
Right.
I bet he's doing some comfort eating right now.
You guys are such hacks.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hey guys, July 15th, stand up live.
You should just go up with every hey, so Jared, and then just do a pun like that every time.
Well, dude,
You're
like,
punny though.
Yeah, and the thing is,
not
like,
funny, but you're punny.
Yeah, I agree with that. No, dude, the last week I've been on this streak of just writing the best worst jokes of all time, and like for some reason they're working, so it's like I'm conflicted on like
Tell
whether or
one.
not
What is it?
you
Tell
should
one.
use them.
I have a fetish for feet and Italian food. I have a foot fettuccine.
Oh, it is the worst.
I have a
Wait,
whole.
go
It
do
is
the
the
next
worst.
one.
I'm
Do the next
laughing
one.
my ass off.
Do the next one, please. It's so good.
When I go out of town, I like to hook up with girls with nice feet so that I can say I have toes in different area codes.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I know, right?
I heard those.
Charles, you're such a dick as a friend.
No, I love them.
Tell it,
I
dude.
love
Tell
them.
us what
Good,
thousands of
keep
people
doing
can
it.
hear.
I went
Tell it.
home. I swear, those are like my favorite kind of jokes of all time. It's
I
like
love 'em, too.
I went home. I heard them on Wednesday, and I don't know if you recorded it, but you would have heard me like, "Bah!" And I went home.
Was that a half boo, half laugh?
No, that's how I
Yeah,
laugh.
was that?
I hate when someone really makes me laugh because it's so loud. It just sounds like I'm getting shot. And I went home and told my girlfriend. So then when Joe got on stage yesterday, because she is the same thing with stupid jokes, I just watched Alyssa watch Joe's jokes, and as soon as you said them, she exploded and was crying into the booth. And I had such a good time.
I got this whole.
We're having a party
like,
coming up. I was saying maybe I could hire you. Gonna be a couple
list of
friends.
stupid puns, and it's called punography. I'll just read you the first
Oh,
one.
dude, be careful, because now you're stepping on Joe.
Well, I'm gonna
on
send it to
Joe
I'm gonna
Salinas
send it to him.
and
One of
Joe
them is,
Ganchemi.
I tried to catch fog, but it missed. Like it's really, they're all like really punny.
That's really
You don't even
stupid.
get it,
I
do
don't
you?
get that one.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. You can. I'll send that to you.
Okay.
It's not that funny.
I'll
You
send
do
it
a
to you.
template.
Here's a bunch of internet jokes. Use them. No one will know.
No, don't use them.
Yeah, like that guy at
Funny.
Stand Up Scottsdale did that, right?
Yes.
And at Toso's
a couple
on
times.
Wednesday.
Really?
The old guy at Toso's you straight.
Oh yeah, this guy at Toso's on Wednesday just like please send that to me because I saw a PMS joke
Yo.
and I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Got one.
No, this guy took like long stories that were clearly just from the internet, like they're old street jokes kind of.
Yeah.
Here, type your phone number.
Like a nun.
Send it
Oh,
to
Joe's
yourself.
at Stand Up Live on the 15th. Bar Rescue's coming back to Stand Up Scottsdale on the
It
15th.
is?
What?
It's
For
coming
what?
back?
Do they need more rescuing?
No, it's a follow-up episode.
Oh, no.
And Howard's stoked to
Is he
be
gonna
like,
what do you
dude,
have to say for yourself?
everything you did to this club was bullshit. It ruined
They're
us.
probably
and we,
not going to
we
air
did-
that.
Yeah, well, I don't know what
He's
they'll
probably
air.
going to make sure to shit on them and be like, hey, asshole.
I don't know what they'll air, yeah.
Well, at some point, like, you have to be the one to fix things. Like, he won't serve water. I can't get past it
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
won't serve
yeah,
water.
yeah.
Neither
get
can
that.
Sam Katz.
I can't.
Shout out Sammy Katz.
I'm sorry. I love the place. I think it's, like, one of my favorite places to hang out, but I just can't get over that you can't have water.
I thought that was
You can.
legal, right?
Well, not
It's just
free.
$4.
Yeah.
Right. I just, whatever.
And then you got to tip Jim, so that's
Yeah.
you know.
I
I
always
would
just
tip
tip-
him. I would tip him $3. Give me water. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I just go. I never buy any drinks. For Stand Up Scottsdale, just because of Jim. He was always nice to me. I'm like, all right, I'll buy
He's the
water.
coolest, dude.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
water and then I
Bartender
tip
guy.
him.
Yeah.
I like him. He's really
He's the
nice.
general manager. He's the coolest dude ever.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go and buy a cocktail for each of my hands,
Yeah.
but I need water.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like an Arizona thing. I get like panic attack if I can't have water.
Yeah.
And I don't want it out of a bottle unless,
It's a pretty cool looking bottle. I mean,
What is it, Voss?
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
Yeah, I bought a big plastic Voss bottle the other day, and I was like, oh, it's supposed to be glass, right? Wasn't that the big deal about
Life
it?
hack: throw it in your purse and just pull it out of the
Brought it
show.
to Big Sur.
No, don't do that. I'm going to get banned from my own club. My home club.
I have a purse that big.
So, anyways, yeah, that'll be interesting. I'll be there to see kind of what goes on. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Plus, he got that call like a few weeks ago, and now they're already like, yeah, we'll be there. Like, they can't wait to get to the club to do it. They're doing a follow-up, like, I guess, episode or whatever they're doing. And
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be
that's
on
Howard
fun.
answered the
a little
call.
clip or something. Maybe he'll do like, I don't know. Good for him.
Everything that Taffer did, though, it doesn't exist anymore. Except for the green room, nothing else exists.
What were the major things he put in?
I mean, the green room was a big thing. He ended up taking seats out of the room. So then they're like, well, now we're losing business because you're taking people out of the main room. He closed the kitchen, which was good, right, where they cook.
Where was the kitchen?
Same place. They just put walls up.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't remember the episode completely to know
I'm going to watch it.
what they did.
And he made it the Laugh Factory for like one.
Oh yeah, they did. They did. They
Yeah.
made it the Laugh Factory for the episode. Not anymore.
And that Laugh Factory sign was up at San Scottsdale for the longest
I
time.
think it's
too.
still there.
Is it?
It's inside.
It's in the main room. They have it on like the side wall.
Yeah.
If it's like, that's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's a great club. Everybody go see it. Nate Bargatze got booked there in October.
Hey, are we doing...
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude, his last special was
incredible, right?
dude.
Super funny.
Yeah.
He's there the same time as the Big Pine Comedy Festival up north.
Kinda wanna
So
do that.
none of us will be here. But people that are coming out to see a show, go see Nate Bargatze.
Yeah,
he's
awesome.
incredible.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Dude, his joke that I got from the special that I laughed my ass off because I'm a parent was when he got locked out of the hotel room like naked or something.
Yeah.
And his daughter, like he does this thing where he's like, I locked out of my hotel room, and when my daughter sees this or hears about it, she'll be like, oh, that was like your college days? He's like, no. That was when you were 2 and depended on me the most.
My favorite joke from his special was because his dad was a magician, but he was a clown, but he was becoming, as he said, like full-time magic, a full-time magician.
Yes. That's what the special's called, right?
Yeah,
Full-time magic.
Full-time magic. But he tells a kid he asks oh, what does your dad do? And he says, oh, my dad's a clown. He said, and the kid says, oh, I hate clowns. And he's like, hey, do you remember that time that I just said my dad was a clown? It's my favorite joke.
Yeah,
in the whole,
he's honestly great. He's
Yeah.
incredibly funny. And the fact that Stand Up Scottsdale got him, dude, go.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to pay out of the ass to go see him everywhere else.
Yeah.
It'll be real soon that he starts doing theaters. October 8th through the 11th.
Oh, okay.
Dude, he's insane. Super funny.
Excuse me. That's like your burping's contagious. Are we doing stories or jokes first?
Let's do stories and then we'll go into the bits.
Okay.
Okay, Joe.
Oh, me first. Okay. This story takes place my junior year of high school.
Was this the same as the last story you told from when you were on before?
I remember that.
What, banging a hooker?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
virginity? No,
Yeah.
this is a different one.
Which is
I
one of the
asked Kevin-
greatest stories of all
What's going
time.
on? Joe Salinas. I go, oh, he's the guy who had sex with the hooker.
That's my thing now.
You are known.
That's your thing for wrestling. My first time was with a hooker. There
Yeah,
you
I'll
go.
just come out with a hooker
I'll
every
get
time.
you hooked up with wrestling. Don't you worry.
Just
Get
throw
your
roses
outfit,
on the mat.
Get you a hooker.
Call back to whatever episode that was. Junior year of high school, I'd like to say I wasn't a shitty kid, but looking back at some of the stuff I did, I was like, I was kind of a dick. Me and my friends got into egging houses.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
you're
which-
such an asshole.
Such a dick thing to do now. I'm 24 now. It's if someone did that to my house, I'd be fucking angry as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
But the thing is now I had done it so much that at this point it's if they do it, I fucking deserve it, whatever. But
We're going to get your address.
yeah. But my friends we were egging houses, but we would also we'd switch it up a little bit sometimes. And my friend drove this van around. For some reason, his mom let him drive the van around. He wasn't 16 and he didn't have a license, but his mom was like, "Yeah, whatever, fucking go out. I don't give a shit." And
she's probably an alcoholic.
I don't think she is. Just maybe not a good mom. But my friend lived in a shitty neighborhood, with a bunch of gang activity and stuff. And there was an elementary school right down the street. So we decide, hey, let's go on top of the cafeteria and throw eggs at oncoming cars because it's a one-way street, and they can't turn around if we hit them. They got to drive a mile down the road before they can make a U-turn and come find out what the hell happened. So we get on top of the cafeteria and we're just lobbing eggs off. Some are hitting, some aren't. It was me and 4 other friends, and I
gotta stop you. While you're doing this, is it the time of your life?
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
Because it is. As a kid, look, as an adult, you look and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And as a person, you're like, dude, you're fucking up people's lives right now.
This is vandalism.
It's eggs, and that's not
vandalism.
just anything. You have to get the car painted if you don't wash it quick enough, and your house repainted. But as a kid, you're doing it, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the consequences.
And you're not thinking you're going to get caught.
No.
No, but even if you do, you think it's a little misdemeanor kind of thing, whatever. So, anyways, I'm sorry. I decided because I put myself in that kid mindset
fun.
where it's oh, this is a blast. We're bonding. We're having the best time together,
and we're messing stuff up. And that's the best part. No, so like I said, some of them are hitting, some of them aren't. Whatever. And I see a car coming, a white car. So I'm the only one who sees it for some reason. So I just lob an egg up, just lobbed it really softly. I was like, maybe I'll time this thing out and it'll hit the windshield. And it did. And I was so excited. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I nailed that thing. Car drives about another 90 feet and lights go on. Blue and red lights.
Fuck.
I hit a fucking cop car
My God.
on the windshield. And we ran. And keep in mind, we're on the roof of a cafeteria, so we have to jump off in a pretty quick fashion. So everyone's jumping. We have to.
I would
run
just lay down on the roof.
Yeah.
No, dude, because
they'll never come up here.
No, dude, because almost 2 minutes later, you could hear backup coming.
Oh,
For an egg? Someone's got an egg.
Yeah,
well,
get everyone out here.
Well, I mean, I think about it if someone threw something at my windshield now while I was driving, I wouldn't know oh, that's an egg that just hit my windshield. I'd be like, what the fuck? Did I just kill something? You know, did I just run a dog over or something? You have no idea.
Well, a pregnant bird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was at night. Why would a stupid pregnant bird anyways?
What you get for flying at night.
She's probably drinking.
Yeah.
Terrible bird mother.
So we all jump off the roof of this cafeteria and all have sprained ankles. And we have to run off the property, and we're running back towards my friend's house. He leaves the van there.
So you can identify.
No, you know what though? Adult times, that's fine. She'd be like, yeah, I left it there.
I can't drive.
I was
I'm
picked
not
up.
16.
We weren't there.
No, but the mom could be like, yeah, I fucking left my car there. Went out with friends. I wasn't going to come back and get it. We were drinking. I'll pick it up tomorrow.
Yeah, but we...
none of them were
Adult
old enough to
thinking.
drive.
But again, this is junior year Joe Salinas.
Yeah, not the brightest. So we book and just run towards my friend's house, and we hear the cops coming towards us now. They ditched the school area.
Yeah, could you imagine if he did go back and get the car, the kid that's underage that can't drive
with no license?
Holy shit, man! He would be in jail now.
And
Oh,
also
good
with
thing you
eggs
left
in
the
his car too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had more eggs in the van.
Evidence.
So yeah.
Evidence.
And illegal fireworks, firearms. We had a bunch of stuff in there.
So we start running towards my friend's house, and then we just decide, shit, we're not going to make it there. Let's just run down this alley. And there's an alley full of, it's a whole gang, gangbangers standing there doing I'm sure some sort of illegal business of some sort. And they see us and they're like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? And they're like, oh shit. So we turn back around.
Oh, you shouldn't have, dude. You'd have been jumped in immediately. Been like, yeah, I just threw an egg at a fucking cop.
Yeah,
you'd be
dude.
like, what up, Joe?
You're the leader now.
That's what you needed for this gang.
leader with the Crips.
You don't
What's
have
up?
to kill anyone, but you do have to egg a cop car.
So we ditch that idea and run back towards my friend's house, and we jump in his backyard. I don't know how we made it, because the cop cars were like driving basically right next to us, and they went down the alley where my friend's backyard is and just like shined the light over us. And I don't know how the fuck we got away with it, but they didn't. I don't know. I mean,
So you straight up got away with it?
Vandalizing a cop car that's serious shit, you know?
Very serious.
Yeah. So we got away with it somehow, and then you'd think we learned our lesson, but we went on to egg many more cars and houses that night, actually. So I
Just checked for lights.
yeah. So that's mischievous, I guess. Is
Dude,
that a
for
word?
sure. For sure.
Sorry.
For sure.
I like that.
Charles, you got anything to...
Yeah,
tell?
I guess the first time for my mischief story is the first time I did something mischievous and it really went wrong. Because growing up, I grew up with my neighbors and we did stuff outside and just like messed around with fireworks and we would steal things and like go car hopping. And it was just...
What do you mean car hopping?
like-
Like
We
you
just
go
stole
to
cars
not
and
like
things
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
We're
It was
just
just like I hung out with a couple kids and we would just do weird. The car hopping is his mom lived in a rich neighborhood in DC Ranch and those really rich neighborhoods. People,
By the way, anybody that's not from Arizona, DC Ranch, I think is the
like
richest
the nice-
area
yeah, it might be. They have
in
like
Phoenix.
a golf club that's like $500,000.
Silverleaf, yeah, for like a
Silverleaf.
year.
Yeah,
You have to pay $1 million down, and then it's $250 grand a year, and you have to pay it if you live in there.
Yeah, so it's
It's
that
part of the mortgage.
It's like that. He lived in a regular house, but then they built all that around him growing up. So they would live in, $10 million homes sometimes, and they would just leave their cars unlocked, and then we would just go and steal their Garmins and gum. And we just did
Their
like
Garmins and gum?
Yeah, just
like the
what-
GPS,
it was- yeah.
and then you just steal gum on top of
whatever
it?
it was just the thrill of like getting it like whoa. And my friend, another kid, once we showed him all the Garmins, he was like, "Those are tapped by the government," So my friend believed him and threw
You
them in the pool and
stole
stepped all over him
things
because
that
he
are
thought
location
Eagle Eye was gonna,
devices.
yeah.
You
Come in.
stole location devices.
Yeah,
You
we
stole
just
locators.
it was just to do it, like the adrenaline rush. So
But you have to understand what I'm saying. You stole things that are going to show where you are. Like you stole tracking devices.
yeah, but I mean, I'm the one who knows where I am. Like I don't think anybody knows.
Totally missing it.
I don't know. I was 14. Okay, we didn't turn them on and like put a motherboard up and like Payson's so close now. And but so we always did things like that. And every time we did it, I was the kid who was like really afraid. My friend was the kid who like pushed me like, "Come on," and I would do it. And once we got into,
I love that's the, come on,
awesome.
Charles.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm in now.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So it's just heroin, and
Not even peer pressure. It's
Yeah.
just a question.
It's just one thing, yeah. Really?
Okay.
No, and but so growing up, we did those things, and you feel like you're always going to get away, and if anything happened, we would just run, and it always worked out. When we got to high school, the other kid in the neighborhood who we all grew up with, we were like the best friends. Really Scottsdale-y, really cares about material things. Told me that I looked too uncool for any girls to talk to me. I had a big backpack, like, and he would, if I was in the car with him, he would make me duck if a girl drove by. Like, that's...
Those cheekbones?
Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah. And I was like, I never took offense to it. I was just like, this guy's an asshole.
He probably hangs out at the Rock.
Yeah. But, so he wore super expensive clothing.
Yeah, he does.
And my mom's super strict, so I didn't hang out with many friends outside my neighborhood growing up, and he did. So he was like, the only way girls are going to talk to you. He talked to so many hot girls. He dates really hot, and still to this day. But he was like, the only way it's going to happen is if you wear these kind of clothes. And I was like, oh, all right. And so we would go to Neiman Marcus and steal it's like $300 jeans. You'd go in with like 10 pair, and again, rich store, so they really didn't mind. Back then, they really didn't have any security.
Nobody in those stores.
Yeah, and so you
Employees
just...
are like non-existent.
Yeah, they
in
don't
their
care.
stores.
Back then, they didn't care. So when we started, you just go in with like 10 pairs of jeans, and they don't think anything of it because they think you're a rich kid who's probably going to buy all those jeans. And then you just slip one on, put your jeans that you came in on, and go out with 9, and they say, I can help you. And you say, no, I'll put them back. And I'm like, great, thanks for coming in. And one time, like 6 months later after doing this, they obviously had to take an inventory, and I got cocky. We just went to Fashion Square with my best friend who we car hopped with, the kid who always egged me on, and a separate group of friends. And I went off cocky and was like, I'm going to go steal some jeans. I'll meet you guys at Orange Julius. And my friend was like, no, it's a stupid idea.
Very specific.
Yeah. My friend said it's, a stupid idea. We're with a separate group of friends. What if things happen? And I was like, no, I got it. Went into the store. And the whole time I was there, now they had security. I didn't notice. There were 2 dudes following me around, but they were dressed nice. And it was my first encounter with dudes following me around. And I was like, well, Neiman Marcus is Scottsdale. They're probably just gay dudes, and they're keen to my scent. And
also, real quick, people that are listening from out of state that haven't been here, Fashion Square Mall is a super upscale mall. It's large. I mean, they made Arizona Mills out here, which is like supposedly one of the biggest malls in America.
Though. Yeah, it's scary.
It isn't nice. It's actually an outlet mall, but nobody ever said anything. Fashion Square is a very large mall with every store you can think of, and they upcharge the shit out of everything.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You're paying $15 for tea, and I know that because I go to Tivana. But, that's a separate story. It's a separate story. Okay, they give free samples.
They have good tea.
They do. I love tea. And anyway, so I go in and do the usual, and the whole time these guys were really close to me. They weren't that obvious. I mean, they weren't that hidden. And I was like, well, those guys just really want me. And I was like 15, 16.
Because what else could it be?
Yeah, exactly. What else? And I was just like, whatever, quiz. And, I was like, take it in while you can. And so I left the store with the jeans on underwear, feeling heavy. And I got like 200 feet off, and one of the dudes in the pink shirts grabbed me, turned me around, and right then, I swear to God, this is not. I clenched my cheeks. And I was like, this guy is going to try and rape me right now. Like, he could not wait. And he shoved a taser into my back. Yeah.
He tased you?
No, he didn't tase me. Yeah, in my mind, I was like, well, I'm getting fucked right now. Good thing I have 2 pairs of denim for him to try and work
$500
Break
worth
through
of
the
jeans.
old jeans.
You have another pair on? I'm done.
Yeah.
Goes home. Kevin, let's go. That's his boyfriend's name. It's nothing related to you.
Thank God.
But so then
You don't recognize me.
Yeah. But he put a taser to my back and was like, if you take one more step, I'm going to tase you and you're going to be out. And nothing happened. I was just like, oh, shit, I'm caught. They took me upstairs, and they had installed recently a place to, detain shoplifters, and they were telling me that I was one of the first people. And
what
they
an
had,
honor.
Yeah. And I was
detainee.
just like, fuck, and I can't. And at that point, it was like, I was caught, yeah, and I was just, so prestigious. And
Wait, did they know what you did?
Oh yeah, they
You
had,
two
because I'd
pairs of
gone into
pants
that
on?
store, and they were like, we know who
But
you
you
are.
can't have surveillance in a dressing room. So how did they know you had 2 pants
Well,
on?
they were like, we know you come in here. They were lying because they then caught my friend, and they were like, we know you come in here too. And he was like, no, I've never fucking been in this store in my life. And they couldn't. It was
Prove
just a
it,
bluff.
right.
Friend's very aggressive for someone who's
Yeah,
been detained.
yeah, yeah. He was.
Well, it was his first time.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I'm caught, and I just kind of dropped on my walls, and I was like, well, I thought you guys were gay, so at least, and I like kind of kept making them laugh a little bit, and I kept going along, and they had to call my mom, and my mom's like this super Catholic Italian person, and she was
Great cheeks, though.
yeah, great cheeks, small dick, but so then I got them to the point where I was just like kind of joking around because they turned out to be nice. They were just doing their job, and they had to turn me over to the cop. The cop made me call my mom, and then he took me into the cop. He had to walk me through the mall publicly with handcuffs, and I threw me in the back of the cop car. Plastic seat, really
Well, you
not
had
fun.
2 pairs of pants on, so you're probably hot.
Yeah, I was very sweaty down there.
Did you ever get the pants off? Like,
I don't remember what happened. I think I probably gave it back. I don't think
Yeah.
they were going to be like, as a consolation, you get to keep the pants.
Right.
But
thank you
but
for all your
then,
trouble. You get to keep the pants.
yeah. So they took me to jail, and I stayed in the holding cell. And the thing I remember is I had to do the mugshot, and there was this big fat lady who searched me, and I remember rubbed my gooch, and she goes, you have any STDs? And I was like 15, 16, and I was like, STDs? Like, so
not
surprised
yet.
that, like, how could I was afraid to talk to a girl. And she was like, yeah, like herpes. And I was like, yeah, I don't need an example. I know what one is. And I was just so shocked that she had much confidence in me. And she threw me into the,
He said, I don't yet.
Yeah, I was really proud of that moment.
Yeah, you got nice cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, some STDs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they threw me into the cell. I spent a couple hours in there. And then I went home and was grounded for the summer. And grounded in my house is like in your room with the lights off.
You talk about your mom a lot. I have a feeling she's like incredibly strict.
Yeah. Growing up, it was rough.
But it didn't work because you were stealing from Neiman Marcus.
Yeah, it's just
so
you just
that
have
just
to.
goes
You
to
get
show
really good at lying.
Kids are who they are.
Yeah, you just get good at making up lies.
That's my mom was really, really, really strict too, like that, and like I was more scared of her than the police.
Yeah.
So I as a result, I wasn't a good kid. I just got really good at hiding it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a pro liar. Like, and
Yeah.
it's not lying. It's just like I'm ready for someone to
was so
accuse me,
strict,
and then I'll just make
and
up a
she'd
story.
say stuff. Yes, me too. Very fast.
Yeah,
'cause you have to
exactly.
be when your mom's
Yeah.
psycho. And she would say something like, one day you'll take me for this. And I'm 35, and I'm thanking her not at all. Like, it didn't,
Yeah,
I don't appreciate those lessons
Yeah.
still. And I have kids, so
Yeah,
I
so
don't
that's
think it works.
Yeah, that's my mischievous thing.
That was
and-
kind of mischievous.
Yeah, and then I haven't stolen. I don't think I've stolen anything.
He learned his lesson.
I've never stole anything. Wait, I did steal one thing, and it was salt from Red Robin. And it
You
was
stole
a dare.
salt? Oh, it
The
was a
Red
dare.
Robin salt, it was
I
like
was
a
gonna
dare.
say you needed
Because
some.
I was talking to someone, and I'm like, I've never stole anything, and because they were telling me a similar funny stealing story, and I was like, oh, I'm too scared to steal anything. They're like, steal this salt. I'm like, all right. So I did it, and it was the Red Robin salt that comes on your table. So
Oh, nice.
I just it was on our table, and I had my purse, and I just scooped it like right in, like it fell off the table right in my purse.
Yeah, they brought a chick in when I was being detained who had stolen makeup, and they brought her in and she was crying, and they threw her purse on the floor and just like
Tons of
hundred,
makeup,
and she had like stolen. She'd been caught with like 2 stolen identity, like stolen credit cards, so she was gonna get. They were like,
Tased
"You're going to
at
jail
least.
for fucking 10 years," and she was like on the ground, like having a like it was her
Crying?
rock bottom. Oh yeah, she was shrieking.
Nice.
She was, and it was like behind the chair, like they just like they were not nice to her because she was a real felon, and I was like, oh shit, like that's
She probably was just like a prop. They just like brought her in to like rough her up just to scare you. She's
Yeah.
probably like an employee. They just like put this makeup in your purse and pretend you're in big trouble.
Yeah, it
I
was
can't believe
scary.
they were gonna tase you.
Yeah.
Have you been tased, either of you?
No.
I've been electrocuted.
By
Ice cream machine at work, and it's
I did
actually
electrocute it.
yeah,
ice
it
cream
shot all the way up. It was
Hurts.
pretty scary for like 3 seconds, and then I just had a really bad headache for like 3 hours.
wow. What about you, Kev? What happened to you?
When I was in high school, I think, maybe later than that, but the washing machine overflowed. Like it got all
Put
broken.
dish soap in it.
No, but the water was coming out of the washing machine, and it was like 3 inches deep in the laundry room. And I turned it to turn it off, and it didn't turn off. So I was like, fuck, there's no stopping this thing. So with my feet 3 inches in water, I just reached for the plug and went to pull it.
Oh, you can't
And
unplug those
electrocuted
normally anyway.
myself.
Like those, what is it? Like all
It
refrigerator
hurt.
plugs and washer and
Yeah,
dryer plugs. Like they're not
it actually
normal.
it's like you're just getting drilled. Like it's
Yeah.
just really
Dude, it hurts like hell. And
Yeah.
it stimulates like your muscles immediately. So in that arm that I pulled from and that kind of side of my body,
Yeah.
it almost immediately felt like I just worked out uncontrollably and I was
Yeah.
sore.
It's really scary.
Crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
Why
Yeah.
did you jump when you unplugged it? You jump up in the air.
I was literally, it was pouring out. So I'm like,
Wearing
dude, there's no
rubber
stopping
shoes?
this thing. And I wasn't thinking. I was just, boom,
Yeah.
go for the plug. And I was standing in the water. Dude, it hurt bad.
Did you
Yeah.
have shoes on?
No, barefoot,
Oh,
dude.
so
It,
if you had
it
rubber
sucked.
shoes, I think that grounds the
Yeah.
electricity,
Yeah.
right?
But
Yeah, I learned that from
Again,
It's Always
dude, I
Sunny in
wasn't-
Philadelphia.
okay, if I could do it again,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have done
yeah.
laundry that night. All right?
Yeah, it happened to me at work, and I was freaked out because you twitch and you get a burning, and then your head hurts for a long time. And I was like, boss, like I was just electrocuted. You should report this machine and send me home. And he was like, no. And he was like, yeah, we close at 10. It's 9:20, okay? And I was like, Jesus. And definitely got fired from that job.
did?
Oh,
that
yeah.
night.
You should have gotten paid for being
Yeah. Oh,
electrocuted by a machine.
I was a really bad employee.
Was it like Froyo?
No, I did work at Froyo. I will.
You did?
That's not. For like
can
3
tell
years. I
at
worked
his
at 2
age.
conflicting stores at the same time. They didn't know about each other. I had a Froyo mistress.
Like
But,
Menchie's and Orange
Yeah, I
Juice?
worked at Menchie's and Yumberry, the 2
Yum.
straightest names ever.
Is it the easiest job ever?
It's pretty cool. And then I would just take home like a gallon of yogurt every night, and me and my friend would just get baked and eat yogurt. It's pretty easy, and you just have to clean
So regular-
toppings.
Yeah, that's all it's. I mean,
Yeah,
that,
just
when I
like,
go,
hey,
that's
sir,
all it
can you
is.
Pick up that yogurt pretzel, you dropped it, and then you just
Nobody can complain about anything. It's like,
Yeah.
you made it, dick.
Yeah.
yeah. It was
I don't like this.
So it was. It was
I
a
always
nice time
spend
eating
so much money when I do that because my kids like just pile shit on there. It's like I'm not in control. I don't like it.
I still get yogurt like 5 times a week. It's
Wow.
always like $13 to $15.
That's good, though. That's good to hear that. It's good enough for someone to work there to keep going.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you hear, like, dude, I worked at this restaurant. Don't
Never
ever
go
fucking
back.
go there.
I worked at
Like, well, that ruined
someplace.
everything because I love Applebee's. Just kidding.
Who's the former Applebee's employee that
No,
you're
I
talking
don't know. I don't know. All right, guys, let's get into your bits. Let's get down to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah.
Joe, you let off with the stories. Charles just told one story, so we're going to lead off with Joe.
Okay, great. It's going to get weird in here. I'm going to walk the room. Is that the first person? It's episode 100. Someone's got to do it.
How fucking funny would that be? Halfway through his joke, Nancy just get up and leave. And for the
she's
next
the one I
7
expect to
hours,
leave
it's
'cause
dead
like
silence.
super sexist. So,
All right, let's go.
Try me.
okay. So we're at a time in the world where women are allowed to do certain things that they weren't always allowed to do. Like they're allowed to do some things that men can do. And some people think that's awesome and progressive. And I don't know if this makes me sexist, but I don't like some of the shit women are allowed to do. Did you know that women are allowed to fight in the UFC now? Did you know that's a thing? It's like women took the one thing that men had and they were like, we're going to ruin that shit for you too. They're like, they just couldn't be content with their fundamentally sound WNBA basketball. They got to take this shit too. I mean, there was a fight last year with 2 girls where one girl got her ear punched off during a fight. And I'm such an asshole that I didn't even feel bad for the girl because women have been talking men's ears off for years. I just thought it was kind of ironic. I thought it was God's way of telling women, hey, put down those boxing gloves and put on some oven mitts. And then this is usually the part of this bit where a lot of women in the crowd will just cross their arms and stare a hole through me. And that's funny because I told that joke at a battered woman shelter one time and I got a similar reaction. But I thought it was because I was wearing a Ray Rice jersey. So that's the bit. Short, to the point, alienates, about half the audience. So
I think it's funny.
no.
Yeah?
I don't
'Cause
know
you don't get
a
offended.
lot of people. I guess I don't hang out with a lot of girls who are easily offended, but
That's
I don't
good
know.
because I don't. I mean, it
good.
is such
I
a
mean-
joke. It's like I'm not against women's
but
rights.
I can
Let's
tell
just-
that you really actually do a little bit feel that way about the UFC
I
for
know.
women.
Just break that down. You're right. That's a good question. UFC, a man's sport, right?
Right.
It started out that way.
Yeah.
And then Ronda Rousey, who happens to be a badass, joins and like,
She's
well, you
not
have to fight
like
women
a
because
cat
you're a
fighter.
woman,
She's
but
an
she
actual
destroys
fighter.
everyone.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nobody that's even close to Ronda Rousey, so
No.
she is the woman fighter, and everybody else is like, I mean, I like fighting. I'll lose to her eventually.
And I feel like men like cat fights. Like that's funny or fun to watch.
I'll tell you this,
whatever.
I watch
But not,
UFC
like,
fights.
fighting, right? Like punching.
I watch
it
UFC
is a
fights.
little weird.
Pulling, scratching.
The women
yeah.
UFC
Fight.
fights are usually the better fights. They kick the shit out of each other.
Yeah, well,
Cat fights.
the ear punch thing was fucking
That was
brutal
gross,
to watch,
dude. Yeah, it was
dude.
gross.
It's like
I
I
did
felt
see that. That was
super
gross.
uncomfortable watching it.
Why?
I don't know. Well, I don't know because it's like if it happens to a dude, it's like, whoa, dude, that guy's a fucking badass. But it's like if it happens to girls, it's like, oh my god, like that poor, like that's someone's daughter who just got her ear punched.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Where did the whole
Sweet.
thought? But where did the whole thought of this bit come from?
There was a huge uproar like a year ago with catcalling. I remember it just became a thing.
That like the YouTube video.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I was like, okay, I understand where women are coming from, but I could poke fun at this. So I started doing a bit about catcalling and how it's not that big of a deal. Like, oh, a car full of guys yelled compliments at you. Well, that same car of guys threw eggs at me and called me a faggot. So it's not like I can't feel sorry for you, And then it just evolved into like the fight where this girl got her ear punched off was like where I really started making it a regular bit and I started working on it. And it's not a long bit, but it's...
You don't do a lot of long bits.
No, I don't. It's usually just hack jokes like I've told this entire
No,
podcast.
they're not.
And-
They're not hack jokes. When you say them, it's as an audience member and people listening. When Joe tells a joke, you laugh, and then you get really mad at yourself as far as the comic goes.
For
'Cause
laughing.
why didn't I think of that shit?
Yeah.
It's right there in front of you, and I couldn't think of it, but Joe did, and he tells it, and it's almost brilliance in a sense, because you don't do. I tell everybody this that's like, I don't consider you a one-line comic at all, because you do have long form, but you also do a lot of short stuff. Guys that do the shorter jokes are taking much more of a risk, and it's so much harder to do than anything that I do or storytellers do.
Like Matt Stores, for instance, who has a lot of
Yeah,
really
and Matt,
short
we
jokes.
talked about this on
Yeah.
we talked about this on the podcast when Matt was on with Centennial, Chris
Yeah,
Centennial.
Chris Centennial episode.
Which was a great episode because the three of us all have different styles, and we
Yeah.
talked about our different styles and what it takes. And one thing that Matt said too, and you can attest to this, if you're putting together a 20-minute act, give a 20-minute set. You know, for me, that's 5 to 8 bits that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of those, if I'm doing 8 bits, they're short. But to me, it's still a bit. It's not just, hey, here's my one-liner, I hope you laugh.
Connected.
If you're doing a 20-minute set with your style, you're coming up with 40 to 50 jokes that you have to do.
Yeah.
That's dangerous, dude. Like, I so much respect to you guys that can do that. I can't. There's no way I could do that. But the respect I have for it is crazy because it took me a lot of work to come up with 5 to 8. And you guys are coming up with fucking 40 to 50
Yeah.
that you're going to tell. Dude, the balls on that is insane.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I forget half the shit before I go on stage, as we were talking about earlier. So sometimes it doesn't go so well. But yeah, that's just where the bit came from and everything.
So it started off something completely different.
Yeah. Yeah. And
How long did it
I
take
rarely
to get
do
from one to the other?
Well, because the catcalling thing happened like at the end of the summer last year or something like that, and then that fight didn't happen till around December or something. So it was just doing the catcalling thing, and it was so hit or miss because if you had more than like 4 girls in the audience, they were like, "This guy's a fucking asshole," you know. And like they never heckled me for it, but you just got like a cold feeling, and like it's to be expected, you know, because. Like, it would get into, I would try things out, and some of it was, like, too harsh, I think. And, you know, you're trying to make it funny, and when it's not funny, it's like, oh, this guy's just a sexist. I get it.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, it was nice to, like, be able to kind of have the same intention, but not have to do the catcalling bit anymore, and just do this.
Yeah.
Because I think it's...
So much risk in it.
Yeah. I mean, I did it at the Improv in January, and it was surprisingly enough, like the most well-received bit I did that night. So, I mean, it got the most laughs. So,
And again, for people that aren't here, Tempe Improv, which is one of the best clubs in the country.
yeah,
It's awesome. So if you ever come out to Phoenix, go to a show at Tempe Improv.
absolutely.
Do you, when you do that bit in your act, is it prefaced by something that's similar and also followed by something that's similar to get you out of it?
I was using it as a closer for a while.
Okay.
And I've never used anything to follow it up. Actually, I used to do a strip club bit, which followed it up. It was like, okay, well, now that we've alienated most of the female audience, let's get back on your level a little bit. No, but it's whenever I would do a show like on a Saturday night of a UFC fight, I'd be like, hey, I can bring this thing up now, and that's. I mean, I wouldn't have to have like all right, how do I ease into this? Because just like, there you go. There's a preface for it already. It's people watch fights tonight, so it's relatively fresh on their mind. So that's what I would do.
Killer, dude.
Yeah.
Nance, you offended?
No.
After the
I thought it
explanation,
was-
do you like it even more?
It was nice. I don't think it's offensive. I think just depends on your audience with that one. Because, you know, if you're talking to a bunch of bitchy girls, I don't really feel like...
Yeah, I've only gotten
Well,
heckled once.
And
by
here's
a
the question,
girl.
too. So
Right.
if it's at the end of your set, you've now felt out the crowd. Is there a time where you felt the crowd and be like, I can't do this because it's not going to close well? Or
I
do you
bailed
say,
on
dude,
it-
I'm going?
I bailed on it once. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I bailed on it once. Just
How do
well,
you
the
know?
whole
Because arm crossing...
no, the whole set was going poorly. And,
Then you didn't want to make
If I
fun of
say
women.
this one,
yeah, then I might as well just quit comedy after this. So just
those are the best times when you
Yeah, like when you know you have a risky bit and you're putting it somewhere near the end and you've already been bombing for like 7 minutes.
I say if it's not going well, just finish it off strong.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, just
Offend
commit to
everyone.
doing horribly and having these people hate you.
Chalk that one up to the crowd. All right, Charles.
Okay, my bit is prefaced, if that's the right term to use. It ends on a callback, and the callback is in the beginning of the set. I talk about how I go to community college, and old people go there, and old women flirt with me. And there's a line where I say they put their numbers in my phone, and I often find myself texting, "Wait, which Gladys is this?" And then I say I should know Gladys at this age. Yeah, it's stupid. It's super stupid, but it's dumb.
Say no. Do the joke.
It's okay. I say the elderly women at school shove their numbers and old era names into my droid. I often find myself texting, "Wait, which Gladys is this?" And then I say, "I should know one Gladys. I know several, and they sext me." And then I say, "They talk dirty to me in class, but they talk dirty the way they would have talked dirty when they were young." Say, I'll be in class, and one will lean in and say, "I'd like to take you downtown, put some tread on my tires." And I say, "Oh, you're probably riding on the rims by now. No, thank you." Just stop. And then another one leans in and says, "I'll take you in the back and suck you down like a mall." And I say, "You have no teeth." And I say, "Which means I'm in. BJ's in the bathroom, baby. How are we going to fit that walker in the stall?" Handicap stall, it's bigger. And then I say a bunch of, when I first made that up, I said a bunch of, couple quick horrible jokes just to make them forget that I said that. And then at the end, this is the bit, was, I sent a nude recently. Yeah, it's about a dick. And sorry. And say I sent a nude recently. Girls give guys a lot of shit about sending nudes, but it's honestly the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life, trying to make that thing look good. And I said lighting is a huge factor to even think about. Like I was running around changing bulbs and installing dimmers. I put in a strobe, but I started to seize, so I replaced it with a fog machine in case you was anything spooky. And backdrop is key. This is why. Because if you got a big schlong, all you got to do is whip it out and take a pic next to your arm or with a shoe or something else big. When you're less blessed, you have to be more creative. I put mine in a Lego city I built. I say it looked awesome. It was amazing. I put him next to a Lego man. I called him Coctimus Prime. And, but I don't know. Like I just met this chick. What if she's just a weirdo, collects dick pics, and never talks to me again? Like I just become a part of her private penis mural she prays to before brunch. Like I don't want to be a part of that. You ever been into a bar where they have Polaroids of people who have been there, and she just slaps my pic on the wall? Like, "Charles, June 6th, average tip." And then I say, "You want to know why I said June 6th? Nobody ever says anything, ever. And never. Most of the time they're like, "Fucking idiot, talking dick pic, right?" They hate me a lot of this time. And I say, "Because it's D-Day. You know, like the day we stormed Normandy, but I made it Dick Day." And, yeah, it's usually how it's received. And then I say, if one person laughs, I say, "Just a little history dick joke for all you history dick joke buffs out there." And then whoever laughs, I go, "I'm glad you got it." And then, so I say, but when I finally got up the courage to send it, I had to get super amped to just press send. Before I hit send, I got really in the zone and said, "Yo, about to send my dick." And then I sent it and said, "I hope she likes my dick." And she just texted back, "Nice." And I got all self-conscious and said, "Oh, what particularly was nice about my dick? Like, was it the lighting? Did you enjoy the sepia filter I put in? Did the mascara pen provide enough shadow for you? Can you send me an empirical bar chart of the categories of what you like most of my shaft?" She texted back, "I'd like to bend and twist you like a Jerry curl." And I texted, "Wait, which Gladys is this?" So it's like I'm sending my wiener to an old lady. But the reason I brought that is the first time I ever started getting laughs and like thinking like, oh, like I can think of jokes, and that one went good, and it would go good for a couple weeks in a row of like going, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of cool. It was that like bit, and then over time, it's like, okay, stop talking about the dick pic. Yeah,
I think it's
that's
funny.
that's
'Cause,
it.
Dick pics, it can be uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just kind of like.
And I like it, like how you talk about it and then you bring it back at the end. That's good.
Yeah, that was always
Gladys thing.
the when I very first started writing, I would write about old people going to community college, and that was like the biggest thing is I wanted to have a callback about old people, and then like a year and a half later was when it finally was like, oh, because writing the dick pic thing, I woke up and wrote it the next day after sending it, and it was such a traumatic experience. Like it was actually the scariest, most I've never sent it, and when I actually sent it,
This happened?
yeah, no, that was a real thing. Like my phone was dying. It was 2 a.m. I was texting a Tinder girl, and I love getting nudes. So with Tinder, I would just tell people to send me nudes. It's just like a private little stash. And she asked for me, and I was like, well,
Which, by the way, if you're texting a comic nudes and they say it's a private stash,
Yeah.
everyone in the comedy seen it.
yeah, everybody, yeah, I show everybody.
Everyone's seen it.
And my phone was dying, so I was sitting out with an outlet, like with my dick out on the floor, and my phone, like, and I'm like
On the
it just
floor?
hung up- Yeah, because outlets are on the
Yeah,
floor. The
I'm
phones
sorry.
Are, yeah,
Fucking
and-
Jesus Christ, Italians have small dicks.
Yeah.
On the floor?
I was
No,
standing
I was
there.
sitting on the floor with the
My
phone.
dick hits the floor when I'm laying stomach down on the
I
floor.
didn't take a pic of my dick on the hardwood floor. I wasn't
Jesus
planking.
Christ, Charles.
No, and I was just
Planking.
sitting because the outlets are low and the tether cord for the charger is short, so I had to sit on the floor. And we can't afford furniture. I was very poor as a child. And anyway, it was really scary.
But he's hanging out at DC Ranch.
Yeah,
Right.
but I sent it, and what she really sent back was, "Are you hard?" And I was like, "Fuck!" Like I did not look.
Tell?
What? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, this girl sees some big dick. And I got really nervous, and I sent back not all the way with the emoji that's like smirking, like it's up to you. Like maybe I'm only at 70%. And
What you need to do.
Dude, you do a screenshot of your phone and the battery says 70%. You're like, same as the battery.
yeah, so it was really, really traumatic. And then I still met her, and you know.
Is get some male dick pics to compare it to before you really should.
Yeah, I
answer
googled it,
that
and that's just
question.
really depressing. Like you can't Google.
Googled male
Your
dick.
Google search consists of dick pics?
Well, because I was gonna save a copy and send it to her, but they were like, they were
Yeah,
like,
I thought about doing that too.
Yeah.
It's-
yeah.
You guys are the best.
But like, even as a guy, I was like, that's just tremendous. Like, I can't send that one. Like, that's huge. I'm gonna be like, she's gonna drive over right
And
now.
all she has to do is do the same thing you did. Google dick pics.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, she'll
choice
find-
one.
You first page, Chuck. Like, you're very new. So it was the first time like a real thing, and dick pic joke.
All right, I have advice first, and Joe and Nancy, correct me if I'm wrong. Comedically, I think after you tell the Lego City punchline,
Right.
the shit that came after that, get rid of it.
Yeah, I tell it now. I just say it for that punchline. I'm trying to get into just saying minute jokes.
But you can still do the Gladys part at the end.
Yeah.
Just get rid of all that fluff in between.
Yeah, I've done that once where I just did it for the Lego City bit, and I'm trying to get better because I've realized about myself I go for a long time, and I need to just like find the punchline that I think is hidden in there and chop the rest.
Lego City was the best thing.
Yeah, so
That was the major punchline. And also, you can still keep going beyond that to the Gladys thing, but there's just, once you hit that Lego City,
Yeah, there's not a bigger
it's the
laugh.
biggest laugh, and you kept kind of explaining this thing, and we're like, I thought it was done.
Yeah.
And now you're just fluffing on top of it and on top of it. The callback is great. And you just, I don't know, man. My advice would be just to get rid of it, because you can cut that down, and then it would be perfect.
Yeah.
And
in a
it's
sense.
great too. You don't have to make that part better. Like that's good. It's good enough.
Oh, yeah, the extra...
Where you pick it up from, I'm sorry to interrupt. Where you pick it up from, Lego City, and then she texts back, like,
Yeah.
nice. And you're like, dude, I just fucking took a dick pic in Lego City.
Yeah.
and then you get back to the convo of like, well, this is what I said. Then she said, then
Yeah.
which Gladys is this? And it's quicker. But it's just, I don't know, it's just my advice. But I'm like,
No,
way
I
funnier
agree.
than you
I've
guys,
been
so you
I've
know.
been trying to work on cutting material.
I thought there'd be more ball busting on this.
I did too. I did too. It just,
Yeah,
I like you guys too
I
much.
We
changed,
talked about it
Where's
last
teaching?
night.
Let's bring his ass back
I
in here.
had
Look,
a-
I'm
come on.
mad at you after that that episode?
Nah, he's not. We're
Nah,
gonna make fun of him.
he's
tonight.
walking on the Afro turf or whatever you call it. Right?
Oh shit! I got a text immediately Sunday morning that said AfroTurf. If you didn't listen to the episode with Justin Teachin and Cole Schlesinger, listen back. It's at the beginning, and Teachin's like AfroTurf. You racist son of a bitch.
That was great.
So, like, my question to you, again, the same with Joe, is first time you come up with the idea to then you're telling it on stage even. How long did that take?
The first time I wrote about it was just hours before. That was like the one time I got home from work and I was like, fuck, I gotta go out. And then I was like, what just happened to me? And it was just an instance to where I was like, I took a dick pic, and as soon as I started writing, it pretty much stayed close to the same, but because it was just so freaky for me. And a couple hours later, I told it, and things have changed, but the Lego City part was in there for sure, and it went okay. And then, yeah, but otherwise, all my other jokes have been like, I got this, and then you go up on stage like, when is next semester start? Because I need to enroll.
One thing that you do on stage, and you and I have talked about this off of stage. I don't think we've talked about it on here, but you laugh in your bits.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked you if that's something that you just do or if it's strategically done.
It's something I just do. Sometimes I've listened to myself record, and then I'm like, whoa, in that part I laugh, and I've tried to do that, and I'm like, that's stupid. And I'm like, this doesn't work. But if I laugh now, it's probably because I think I'm telling a joke and it'll bomb, and I laugh afterwards because in my head I'm like, you're a...
Like I can't. In watching and I see comedians kind of like laugh at their own jokes. So for whatever reason, I think it's funny.
Yeah,
I like it.
Because that's why I asked Charles. I do it in my act strategically.
You do it, and it's not. It's subtle and it's funny.
Yeah, because you see people like Chris D'Elia's hour. He laughs a lot, and sometimes you think like, oh, wait a minute, he's laughing quite often. And nothing against the dude, but I think he's a guy I can recall that laughs a lot.
Yeah, he does do it a lot. There's one comic that, thank God I don't remember his name, so I can never look it up again. But he laughs outlandishly at every joke he does. So he tells a punchline, and then he screams laughing, and it takes away from the joke. It's like, dude, I can't watch you for more than a minute.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
But
Is he a black comic?
Yeah,
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
No, I just assumed it was a black comic.
Right.
Does he run back and forth and hump the stool?
No.
Okay.
He might.
I just assumed that he did.
Jesus.
Kevin, he might. Sounds like something.
But strategically in comedy, when you don't laugh at everything. But when you punch it in a part where you're not expecting a big laugh at all, but you're making light of a situation, and you just strategically place your laugh in there, people lighten up immediately, and they're like, oh, okay, this is still a funny
It's
take.
a ride you're going on.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on. And then you laugh and they laugh.
Well, even if it's like the joke didn't hit and like the comic kind of laughs a little bit, it's like, you guys are assholes, but I'm just kind of going to laugh anyways.
Yeah.
It's like heartwarming to watch.
And it's like, sometimes when I've laughed, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like, I don't care. Like, I'm having a blast
right.
telling this.
And it kind of goes, oh,
it brings, your energy up. Like,
brings you back to where the comic's like trying to take you.
And it gives that feel you're all in this together.
And you're okay with it, too. It's like, oh, well, I'm fine with myself. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a confidence thing, I would imagine.
Yeah, sometimes, I think. But a lot of times. Now, if I laugh.
You're just like, fuck, I bombed.
Yeah, if it bombs, I'm just like, and I'm just like, I'm going to listen to this and hate my life later. So it's like me laughing at the future of
at least you can send dick pics back and forth.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
Dude, he has like so much confidence because we've been doing this like Monday open mic. It's like primarily a music open mic, but they let comics go up, and it's so not a room for comedy.
Yeah,
like,
not even close.
It is like, if you want to like go learn some shit about yourself, like I would go to this place and try and do 10 minutes there. But like he'll be on stage like being hilarious like usual, and like it's like he's not getting anything, but he's like so confident he'll power through it anyways. And it's like I see people like him and like a handful of other comics who like they're not necessarily funny, but they'll be up there bombing horribly, but you wouldn't know it just from looking at them. And like I'm jealous of that confidence sometimes because I know like if I get 2 minutes into a horrible set and I know it's horrible and everyone hates me, you could tell just from like the way I start talking, like, oh, I have a foot fetish.
Yeah.
You sound like a weirdo.
Just start looking at the ground a lot, and I don't know. But I admire the confidence, man. Just regardless, yeah.
Most of what we do is based on confidence.
Yeah, you have been. I was gonna say the same thing for Joe. Every time you've been going up, maybe it's not since Joe's, but also with Joe's being. Everybody should go to Joe's Grotto and try and bring their AA stuff or whatever you think, and it could go great. Not like I'm saying it won't, but it's different. It's super different, and it's Joe. Every time you go on is like you just like. I don't know. He's definitely like a man on stage, and I'm like, this guy fucking. Even if there's silence, you're just like, I'm fucking taking you no matter what, and you just like, I feel like you're just like, and you like carry me like a football through your set, and I'm just like, yeah, like I don't know why I personify it. It is.
All the way down.
The whole time, like before, you don't have. There's no trace of like. Even if you're weird, you're like, yeah, this is the fucking shit I'm bringing, and then everybody laughs. It's the best,
dude. Well, I love it. We got to wrap up. Guys, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
It was a blast.
Thanks for having us.
Hope you guys have fun.
We're keeping it 100.
Have you been waiting the whole episode to say that?
Yeah, it's in my notes.
I picture
like, remember to say this shit later.
Oh, my God.
Asshole. Dude, I love you guys. Nance, anything to say before you head out?
No, that was good. Thanks for coming out, you guys.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys
100
a million
thank
times
yous.
over. Go see these guys live, wherever they're at. Check everything for dates, and go see them because it's a lot of fun, and they're really funny guys. So, everybody, have a good week, and we'll see y'all next week.
This has been another proud production of the Four-Eyed Radio Network. You want to see more shows, go check out www.foureyedradio.com, you winkers.